Check on the leaderboard again. The first 4 holes, the first 4 matches show in favour of the home side. Sherry in with a victory, 2 up on Chris Riley. Howell, Gallagher and Fanner all ahead. Then 2 squared matches, and the bottom 2 at this moment going America's way.
And the 14th is Corville. I'm told that's his 3rd shot, which surprises me a little on the par 3. But that would be his 3rd. I'll check that for sure.
Tiger Woods, the last match. Big and just through the back and into the ground, and the ball I fancy up by the flag, that could be Gary Wolstenholme's. They had a rare old battle yesterday, Woods and Wolstenholme, and that is Gary Wolstenholme's tee shot, who he's outgunned, severely outgunned by the power of Woods, but he's stuck to it very well indeed. And look here, he's definitely got a chance to get a hole back, one would think.
This is Howell, his 2nd shot to 16. Might have been a little right. Oh, and he got a right-hand kick, too. Just slipped off a little, the wind blowing that way, pushing the ball as it loses its speed. You can see from the flagstick which way it's going.
Jody Flanagan. Flanagan has this for a 3. In she goes. And we'll just wait for confirmation. And he remains 2 up. So a little bit of Duff Jen came in there, but Flanagan remains 2 up with, well, just a few holes left.
Now back to the match of Gallagher and Keeney. Gallagher 4 up. He just needs to have this hole to close out the match. Chooses to pitch it over all the things in front of him there, and a wonderful shot indeed. Now that really puts some pressure on Trip Keeney, nephew of the Ryder Cup captain this year, Gallagher. This Keeney, whose sister 6 weeks ago won the U.S. Women's Amateur, Kelly Keeney. So Tripp now with this putt. Remember, he was short right of the green. This putt now for a 4. Both putting for 4s. But in order to keep the match going, Tripp has to make this one, because he is 4 down. They both hold it. It's all over. But it's a must make for Tripp at any rate. You can see the rain coming again. Well, he did his job. So whatever chance there is now just depends on what Stephen does.
David Howell up against the face. 16th, 3rd shot. Digs it up. Needs to stop. What a shot. Well, after the disappointment of the finish to the foursomes yesterday morning, he really has come roaring back.
It was brought to you live from the changing room. This is, I thought it was raining harder, but this is, the young Scott thinks this is fine. Lovely day. And this for the match. This for the match. And to get to 11 points. Tantalizingly close to the magic number of 12.5 or more. Just across, so we're going to go some more. He is still dormy, though. Stephen Gallagher, 3 up with 3 to play. Always make it the second time, don't you? Everybody does.
Well, I suppose you now put the coat back on again. It was surprising there. There's been a lot of toing and froing, but you can't really criticise a lad who was 4 up and 4 to play, now 3 up and 3 to play. Bigay's got one of those backwards on hats. Long range over this dreadful looking green, which puts quite well, but that really rattles on by. Had a charge at that. What do you make of that one then, Dave? That was a bit of a rattler, whether he was...
And I was very surprised because, you know, a player his caliber, they don't usually miscue quite that much. Now, he tried his cap off last hole, backwards this hole. I think this is... Now, he needs this, or the game is over because of that absolutely marvelous bunker shot played by David Howell, who already has his 4. So he made it. Steady nerves, but still, now can't win the point now. The best he can do is to get half a point, which would be a miracle. So there is still some hope left, but you know, it just shows you the Great Britain Irish Walker Cup side has been down practicing 3 different times and working hard and thinking hard about how to play the golf course, and all that hard work looks like it's about to pay off, which would be indeed really good news, because these Walker Cups should be a competition and not something where one side wins all the time.
14th green, last of the short holes. Barkley Howard, Tim Jackson, match all square. Last hole was halved in 6, which is a little bit untidy, but well, you can see now the rain again beginning to hammer down. That's what's facing them. Plateau green, raised. A lot of the greens here slightly raised, and the ball, particularly when the ground's dry and the grass short, just falls off the green.
At 16, the tee shot of Stephen Gallagher.
It's a curious bloody pressure that comes on.
And see the one ball to the left, and it's just over the ridge, and that is all right. Maybe the light rough, but certainly, unless he's very unlucky, not a bad lie. A little 4 caddy with the flag signifying which team that is.
This was the 11th. Tiger Woods was through the green, chipped up to there, hold it. Wilson missed his, so Woods remains 2 up as they play the 12th. That's the final match.
This is, we're back to 14T, Barkley Howard. Playing Tim Jackson of the United States. This match all square. Not sure whether it just sounded heavy or just, yeah, didn't sound, well, that's, thought he was lucky for a minute. Now I'm not too sure he was very lucky. With the wet ground and you hit a little behind it, it really takes a lot off of it. Tim Jackson, man from Tennessee. He's an accountant by profession. And you see the score in the upper left of your screen. Just remember, 24 points available, and whoever gets to 12.5 first, or obviously, or more, will then hold the cup, the Walker Cup, for 2 years. Not a real good day for playing in many ways, but important thing, keep your hands and the grips dry. Let the rest get wet and you can still play. All right, this Tim Jackson. Match all square. Thought his a little more flush. Let's see if it's. Hole may say 150, but it certainly plays longer than that. It's fooled a lot of the players today. Very deep green.
Eddie Flanagan, 2 up, second to the 15th. Start of the hard finishing holes here for old Porthcawl, and well, you see, he needed more. He no doubt thinks that that ball was on the green, but the crowd up round the green, the lack of applause will tell him he's not judged it right.
While at the 16th, Stephen Gallagher, 3 up with 3 to play. This is a very hard par 4, 433 yards. Can you look back from the green? Now, from where he is, he cannot see the putting surface. Big ridge with the bunkers in them just in front of him. And because you have to lay up, makes this hole play even longer than it's listed 433 yards. So you must avoid the bunkers off the tee. Right. Wind blowing to the player's right. Like he was maybe trying to hit a low hook or something and got a little bit overcooked. Maybe the grip was a little wet. He didn't like that.
Corville's second shot. 2 down to Flanagan, the Irish player, and that could come up onto the very edge, yes. He's on. His opponent is just short.
Well, ahead at 16, this is Trip Keeney, one of the very fine university players from the United States. Grew up in the Dallas, Texas area. Yeah, he's got another chance here, maybe. Gallagher short and left in the rough. I mean, slim as it may be, what being 3 down and just 3 to play. Same 4 left. Overplaying the wind. There, it finished right there, right in the middle of your screen. You're all looking at their gloves. That's why I never liked the glove. They get wet. You can't have enough of them out there to keep a dry one. But on days like this, it is very hard to keep the grips dry. And
Jody Flanagan on 15. Very important that he gets this chip right. It's very difficult to judge uphill all the way, but with all this rain, the ball's going to skid on the first bounce. It's a question of whether he can strike it properly and get it to release properly. He's played lots of shots like that, and where he comes from is a wonderful shot by Flanagan. Very good. 2 up at the moment. His opponent's on the green, so not over yet.
Standard of play, despite the atrocious conditions today, has been very high. David Howell, you can see he's going to have a cut at this one. I don't know whether he's trying to play just a little slider left to right. He's 2 up and 2 to play. I don't know whether that got enough air under it. Well, yes, he's missed the trouble there. It's charging up in front of the green, but there you see it looks to be 20-30 yards or so short. Could that be a ball over on the left-hand side on the edge of the fairway? I'm not sure. This was the hole that Tiger Woods in one of the practice rounds hit a drive and a 9 or something for an albatross too.
Now we go back to 15 in the match where Gerry Courville is 2 down to Jody Flanagan. This Courville's putt for 3. Better get going. You can see the ball mark just on the right-hand side of your screen. That's Flanagan's. So they're both 3 at this point. Hard-fought match. Courville's still away, I believe. And again, each putt now becomes a must-make almost for everyone. I mean, Gerry has to make this, or if he doesn't, Flanagan's going to make his to go 3 up. Courville, who this year in the qualifying for the U.S. Amateur, which they do at the site to make the match play, was the medalist, a score of 137. But that was then. This is now. This for a 4. Pushed it. Well, I'll say this: Gerry's putting has really deserted him. Now, Flanagan has that shortish putt to go 3 up and 3 to play.
17th. No, to be gay. This is match 2. First match finished a long time ago, at least 30-40 minutes behind, but this is his 3rd shot. He's 2 down to Howell. Must get a 4 or hold this. It's a very good effort. That is a very good effort indeed.
Back at 15, Jody Flanagan. This for the win to go 3 up, 3 to play. And he's got it. Boy, has he hit some good shots. What a good-looking player this man is. Dormy, 3 up now.
Keeney, 3rd shot. And that's a nice little pitch from the side of the green. Look how it wanders on. His mother would be cross if she saw him in that wet shirt.
Gallagher now. This was just a while ago.
Similar shots there, David, but I fancy Gallagher might be just a little bit further away.
To the 17th, where David Howell there in 2. His opponent, you can see the ball just a yard from the hole. A lovely shot. And will it stop? It does. Almost matching. A tremendous fighting spirit that young David Howell is displaying. Can't wait to get to the green.
Berkeley Howard. This to halve the 14th, the par 3, and that's Berkeley Busby. Why do you want to say that? Berkeley, you little beauty. Well, there it is. The first 4 matches would appear to be almost invincible. All Dormy, so they can't lose, so each one of those matches would produce half a point, so it's still much can happen, and it is very, very exciting. It's just a pity that the weather has turned so nasty the last 12 hours or so. And the final 2 games there, Harrison, Woods, Harrington and Wolstenholme, well, they may not be required. Don't know whether that was good thinking on the part of Downing Gray, the American captain.
Stephen Gallagher. Oh, and he's holed out beautifully. What an important victory for the young Scot from Bathgate. 3-2, and his colleague. They lost their foursomes matches, both of them, but they did well in the singles, both of them too. That was tremendous finish.
To the 17th green, David Howell. This to win. 2 up, 2 to play. Thank you. Very good playing indeed. Vigay would probably have got a birdie, but it wasn't good enough. The captain there rushes in. It used to be a gentle shake of the hands and a tipping of the cap years ago, but things changed. Of course, this will do the, I would have thought, the Ryder Cup a lot of good. It will, you know, the Ryder Cup in a few weeks' time, the professionals from Europe taking on the might of America.
Stephen, you and Gordon look quite happy to have got that putt in.
Yeah, you could say that. We're over the moon. I hope it's good enough for us to win now.
It's been a pretty interesting cup for you, hasn't it? The terrific performance in the singles, not so good in the foursomes.
Yeah, well, the big man and me just couldn't really get it going. Just don't know what it is. We're normally really superb together, but we've found our rhythm in the singles anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you had a tough match this afternoon. Going into that, you really, I think, dominated it by winning, what, 4 in a row from the 5th. That was a crucial time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I played solid the front 9 for the weather. I played really good, hold out well. I hold out well the whole match, so I'm really happy at that.
Pretty tough conditions?
Yeah, very tough. I was running out of towels there. I probably couldn't have went on another hole. I had nothing, threw in all my gloves, towels, everything.
Just another half point needed. It's looking like a fairly historic moment.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope we can do it. It'd be amazing.
We better let you go and enjoy it. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Well, in fact, the very good news for the home side is that they must now win with Flanagan 3 up and 3 to play. That's the half point they needed to reach 12.5. So the last 4 games are really quite academic, but they'll play away for their own personal pride. As we said before, I wonder what the American captain thinks. It's easy to say now, perhaps, but maybe it would have been better for him to hit the opposition with his best troops early on instead of keeping his most experienced and his most exciting players for the end. Harris, the most experienced, the only one with previous Walker Cup experience, and Tiger Woods, of course, the amazing young talent bringing up the rear. He put them there, obviously, at the anchorman, thinking that was good play, but in fact it turned out not to be the case. Jubilation all around. There's Howell, and of course the years fall away and everyone looks very, very pleased with us. And why not? Because it's only be the 4th time that Great Britain and Ireland now have defeated the mighty United States of America.
Tim Jackson, his second shot to the 17th. I do beg your pardon, to the 15th hole. We got all excited, and just off to the left of the green. Jackson all square against Barkley Howard. There's Barkley Howard. And I suppose the news hasn't yet got out to the fairways. We don't have the great scoreboard systems that we do in professional tournaments. Someone might send a runner out to tell them, but in the meantime they'll battle on, and they want to win, and they want to win for their own personal satisfaction. The 15th hole, 464 yards. It demands quite a long iron shot, which is always difficult when the glove's wet. A nice shot. Will it come in towards the green? And it does, but the slope just holds it up there, just off the very fringe.
Well, that was a marvellous shot by Jody Flanagan. He's put it straight into the heart of the green with a long iron, given himself a lot to do there, but it was an excellent shot. And I wonder if he knows yet what the result is.
Well, they'll all be battling away, of course, the last 4 matches to for their own satisfaction, and also they will want to win by more than just the 12.5, so that people can say, well, they only just tiptoed home. Be nice to win with 2 or 3 points to spare. Flanagan a good iron there, but quite a distance short of the green. Didn't chase up as he might have anticipated. This match, from the result point of view, is really over. Whatever happens, they're bound to get half a point, and that is the half point that secures the Walker Cup for Great Britain and Ireland. Funny little twiddly bit at the top of the backswing, and that was a fluffy sort of hook again into what might have been an old bunker, or it might be still a bunker. It looks to be in rather a horrid place. I was saying earlier, the Walker Cup matches come up in a few weeks' time, and this Ryder Cup, I beg your pardon, and it will be good for them to see that the homegrown amateurs have managed to pull off a very good victory indeed here at Royal Porthcawl, and that should give the European professionals a good boost. This is the only 4th time in the playing of these matches that Great Britain and Ireland have secured victory.
Now to the final match, where Tiger Woods is 2 up against Gary Wolstenholme at the 12th. Woods on the green at the par 5 and 2. Amazing how many players have gone hatless now the rain has become incessant. When it was dry early on, I suppose they don't like the dripping of the peak, the rain running on down to the ball. That's a very good read. Beautiful read. You can see it turning in towards the right at the end, and that will possibly be given by Gary.
Well, the news has just reached Flanagan at the 17th. There's Gordon Sherry telling him that really continue playing, old horse, but whatever happens, you're bound to get half a point, and that's good enough.
So Wolstenholme, and you can see that the American's putt has not been conceded, just 18 inches short of the hole. Well, Gary giving it everything. The news is rather bad. It appears he's already had 4. I think we'll be walking and picking up and handing markers over. Yes, that's it. So there you can hear the result of it from the referee. 3 up. Tiger Woods 3 up against Wolstenholme. Yes.
Corville, Flanagan, 16th. It's Corville. And played a very good shot and a nice bit of spin in. Very good shot from Sandy Lie. Each one of these matches has had a member of the British Greenkeepers Association travelling round with them and raking the bunkers as the players stride out of trouble.
Tim Jackson here at all square in his match against Barclay Howard. Both players played 3. Nice match. They've gone along around about par. Unfortunately, both of them took 6 at the 13th. That was the only sort of blemish in the round. Little bit of break on this from his right, almost just outside the edge of the hole will do. Good read, just drew it into the cup. Nice 4. Well, just to remind you, 12.5 is the winning total, and we cannot now, I shouldn't say we, Great Britain and Ireland cannot lose. You can see these results are already in. We've had 3 straight victories, and Flanagan is 3 up, 3 to play. Guaranteed half at the very worst as far as he's concerned, and perhaps better.
And here is Jody Flanagan, one of the 2 Irishmen in this team, and how well they've played. Down the low, a little turn in from the left, a wonderful finish. Whee! Look out. Noble opponents, courteous opponents. Miserable weather forgotten, and the victory for the home side. It hasn't happened very often, so it must be excused if they appear to be overjoyous. Doesn't happen very often. He's quite inspirational, young Sherry. 8 man, that's right. I think it's a mere trifle. Jody, well played. The rain may have eased just a little bit. Let's have a photo. Good team spirit, and all in all, an exciting 2 days.
Looking down on the 13th green in the match with Harrington and Harris of the United States, who's 3 up against the other Irishman. Padraig Harrington just chipping up. Plenty of green here. Well,
Clive, what a fantastic result. Only the 4th Walker Cup captain to bring the trophy to this side of the Atlantic.
Well, it's a dream come true for me, an absolute dream. I was so honoured to be made captain, and then to be here was a privilege in itself, but to actually win the cup, just unbelievable. Great honour, great honour.
It was a pretty nervous afternoon, wasn't it? I mean, it was coming and going the whole time.
It's always going to be nervous. I think we did exceptionally well this morning to get 2 out of 2, 2 out of 4. And then we had a tremendous start with all 4 top matches winning, and you just can't ask more than that.
You obviously put Gordon Cherry out first in the hope that he was going to bring you a point. That got a bit nervous as well.
That's right. Well, all the pressure's been on Gordon there, and he did us proud with 2 singles wins. You know, just a great performance, and the way he finished 4-3 under that pressure was just remarkable.
All right, well, let's bring in 1 or 2 of the other players. We've got Gordon Cherry here and Jody Flanagan. Great result from you, chap.
After you going.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, great results. Great result for the team. The team spirit has been fantastic all week. There's a lot of pressure on us this week because of the result 2 years ago. The Ornay and the GB9 team have a lot of pressure because it was used to be called the Walkover Cup, but it's a guarantee it's no longer a walkover. No, we're just delighted as a team. We just played great all week and we're delighted.
And the Irish contribution has been a pretty strong one.
So is the Scottish.
Well, yeah, both on and off the course, I think there's been great. You can certainly hear those Irish out in the course. It's great support we got, and Pádraig himself, just part of a great team. Great.
You'd already won the half point necessary before you holed out there on 16. Had you got the message?
Yeah, Gordon gave me the message. I was trying to avoid everybody else, but you can't miss Gordon.
And Stephen, a terrific performance again from you. It's pretty early in your golfing career, but a great moment.
Yeah, best moment of my life.
Well done.
Brilliant, speechless. Just can't wait till tonight.
You're going to be turning professional fairly soon, I guess. I suppose the Ryder Cup will be the next target for you.
Oh, I'm not looking that far ahead.
His uncle still selects the team.
No, I'm just take it easy, I think. Just play it by ear.
And what are the celebrations tonight?
Well, just a quiet dinner with 300, and then a pretty short sleep, and then off back to work tomorrow in North Wales.
Congratulations to all of you. Very well done.
Hey, we sup some stuff. Well, there we are. That tells the story. Story far enough to show that Great Britain and Ireland have secured victory in this, the 35th playing of the Walker Cup. Sherry, Howell, Gallagher and Flanagan were the early heroes, but Riley, Begay, Keeney and Coval all played their part as well, because this has been a fine match. Difficult conditions today, but played in a very fine spirit, and I'm sure our American cousins won't really begrudge, perhaps they will, but they don't think deep down in their hearts, for the good of the game, they will mind the Walker Cup residing for a couple of years on this side of the Atlantic.
They'll regard the whole arrangement as temporary, I'm sure, but a splendid achievement by the Great Britain and Ireland team. A lot of golf still to be played down there before the Walker Cup is formally presented to the Great Britain and Ireland team, but congratulations to them, and the same kind of performance from the European Ryder Cup